Hey, what's going on, y'all? So, I came across this article and I thought it was pretty interesting. You guys let me know what you think, but I'm just going to go ahead and read this thing and come back with some commentary at the end. And it basically goes YouTube removes R. Kelly's channels after singer's trafficking conviction, right? And then it goes on YouTube permanently suspended the two channels of disgraced R&B R. Kelly, who was found guilty on trafficking last week and will not allow him to create new channels going forward. But YouTube hasn't banned Kelly's music. The internet video giant will continue to offer the singer's music catalog on YouTube Music. Then it goes on Tuesday, YouTube removed the two channels R. Kelly TV, which had about 3.5 million subscribers, and R. Kelly Vivo, which had 1.6 million subscribers, citing a violation of the terms of service. Attempts to watch the videos on the now removed channel displays a message that says, "This video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with this video has been terminated." And then it goes on to say, egregious actions committed by R. Kelly warrant penalties beyond standard enforcement measures to a potential to cause widespread harm. YouTube VP of Legal Nicole Alston wrote in the memo, as reported by Bloomberg, ultimately we are taking this action to protect our users from similar to other platforms. I don't even understand what she's trying to say. Anyway, Kelly's officials account on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook also have recently been disabled. And then it goes on, YouTube moved to delete Kelly's channels coming 8 days after a federal grand jury found him guilty of racketeering and 8 charges of anti-trafficking law. Kelly is set to be sentenced May 4th, 2022. The 54-year-old faces 10 years to life in prison. Now, I'm just going to stop right here because I've actually done another video called "How Much Time Will R. Kelly Get?" You guys should check that out. By my calculations, it's multiple life sentences, and I don't see him getting just 10 years. But we'll see what actually happens. I'm not sure why they're saying 10 years here. It could be they're just regurgitating what all the other media outlets are saying, but by my calculation, I don't see 10 years. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you think he's going to get 10 years, or do you think he's going to get multiple life sentences? Comments below, and also check out the video. But anyway, moving on. YouTube said it pulled down the channels linked to R. Kelly's in accordance with its creator responsibility guidelines. That policy prohibits on and or off platform behavior that we may consider to be inappropriate, including intending to cause malicious harm to others and participating in abuse or violence, demonstrating cruelty, or participating in fraudulent deceptive behavior leading to real world harm. Kelly's longtime label, Sony Music RCA Records, parted ways with the singer in January 2019 after months of criticism. However, nearly his entire catalog remains with the label and is still available on major music streaming services. In survey conducted by Morning Consult after the Kelly's conviction, 44% of audio streaming service users said platforms like Spotify, Apple Music should remove his music from their catalog, while 36% said his songs should stay up, and 20% had no opinion or said they didn't know. On September 26, Kelly was found guilty in New York federal court, leading a scheme to recruit people for Mex, following decades of people coming forward to accuse him of Mex crimes. In 2008, Kelly was accused of potling videos. There was, I guess, potling video charges. You guys can see this right here. And if you can't really see what's typed there, basically you need to adjust your settings and make sure you have it on the max. And then it goes charges. He was basically acquitted of podling videos in Illinois in 2008. And basically, the article goes on. During the trial, one witness alleged that they had been seen. I'm sorry. During the trial, I'm butchering this. I don't know why. During the trial, one witness alleged that they had seen Kelly sexually abuse late R&B star Aaliyah in 1993. She was only, she was young, and the Associated Press reported that she was young. Witnesses also recounted other alleged crimes by Kelly, including that he locked a radio intern in the room where she passed out and she had been assaulted, videotaped a woman wiping. Oh, it just gets really disgusting. I'm not even going to read the rest of this, right? And knowingly gave multiple people an STD, right? So there you have it, people. There you have it. Now, of course, you have his supporters on one side. I am one of his supporters, regardless of what people may believe. And then you have people who don't support him and just basically want to see him drawn and quartered, right? But I'm actually a little confused with this because they're taking down. When I originally read the actual heading, I was thinking, they're going to do everything they can to basically destroy any chance of this man making money, right? So he can continue to fight his case, right? One of the main issues is that he has to have a chance to appeal, but the reality of the situation, if you want to appeal, you need to have good lawyers by your side, and in order to get these good lawyers, you got to pay. But how in the world is he supposed to pay when they are actually taking down his videos, which is one of the sources of income, right? Now, I would have imagined that if he had 3.5 million subscribers in one channel and then he had 1.6 million in another channel, then that's going to be sources of income. I mean, people obviously love his music, and every time these videos are played on YouTube, then he gets a check. And this is one of the things I was saying. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure it makes a difference because, like I said, they're going to come after everything he has. And it makes me think, why are they taking this stuff down now, right? I mean, we see the reason that they gave us, but is there something deeper? And one of the things that I remember is that in the original indictment, they said they would come after any money that R. Kelly basically made because they're going to consider it part of the money made in his criminal enterprise, allegedly, right? That's what they're going to say. And they're going to say that, he uses money to abuse people, so therefore we're going to take it away. So I'm not even sure this matters, right? I'm not even sure it matters that YouTube is taking those channels down because the government is going to come after any monies that's going to be generated anyway. But what's puzzling to me is that they're taking two channels down, but they're allowing the music to be available on YouTube Music. So I'm really puzzled by this, right? I wonder how much money he's generating on YouTube Music versus R. Kelly TV and versus R. Kelly Vivo. I wonder how much money he was actually making off of those. And I can only go conspiracy theory here, right? I can only go conspiracy theory because I'm thinking you're taking videos down off of two platforms, but you're allowing the music to continue on another platform, right? And again, I can only go conspiracy theory on you on this, right? Because now I'm trying to figure out, maybe is a situation such that YouTube owns all the right to the YouTube Music platform, and that's why they're allowing that to stay up so they can now take all the money for themselves. what's going on here? There's things here that just really doesn't make sense. And for me, it's late. It's 1:25 a.m. So I can't even really imagine what they're doing here because a lot of it doesn't make sense. I get it. If you're trying to mute R. Kelly, then you take all of his content down. But in this situation, they're just basically driving all the traffic to YouTube Music. So maybe they're just trying to get you to subscribe to YouTube Music or something. I don't know, right? And I can only say so much about YouTube because basically, I make videos and I put them on YouTube. So I don't want them to get mad at me and come and take all my videos down. And by the way, what's next? I mean, are they going to come after the supporters as well, right? So there's so much that I could say about this article. So I'm just going to try to keep it to a minimum. I did notice that they said that his Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook have been recently disabled as well. And to me, this doesn't sit well with me because if a person has been wrongly convicted and they want to get the word out that they've been wrongly convicted, then to me it seems you would allow them to continue to have access to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook because let's face it, these outlets reach billions of people, or at least millions in the United States, and probably billions across the globe. And to basically take him off of these platforms, you're basically saying you don't want him advocating for his innocence and reaching all these people, right? So what's next? What's next? Are they going to take the accounts down for the supporters? Are they going to mute the supporters as well? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. This doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well at all. It's like, I get it. He's been convicted. He's been found guilty. I get it. But what a lot of people may not know, our judicial system doesn't stop at the trial court. Our judicial system extends all the way up to Supreme Court. So yes, he's been convicted, but he has a right to an appeal. And we want to see what the appellate court says. So if he appeals and he wins, does he get the right to get all his channels back? A lot of this stuff just doesn't really make sense to me. And I get it. I understand that the accusers are saying, hey, you're allowing him to make money and he's using this money to basically abuse people. I get that argument. I get it. But this dude is fighting for his life. And a lot of the supporters don't believe he actually committed anything as it pertains to Rico. A lot of supporters believe that the Rico charge is bogus, me myself included. So with that said, he deserves to be able to go up and appeal this garbage, this nonsense. And I'm going to explain in another video why a lot of the charges against him were just simply nonsense. But I just can't get why they are going to the extreme. They're going to the extreme of taking down the content in 2 channels, but they're leaving it up on another platform, right? They don't want you to get his material on Rkelly TV. They don't want you to get the material on Rkelly Vivo. They want you to get it through YouTube Music. And to me, there's something that's fishy right here, because if you're going to mute them, take all the stuff down, but you're not doing that. You're just driving it to one particular channel. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think it kind of strange? I believe, and again, I don't want to berate YouTube at all. I'm just saying, it's kind of strange that you're directing the traffic. You're literally directing the traffic to YouTube Music. That's all you're doing, right? And I think this is strange. So you guys, let me know what you think. Is it because they're going to own all the rights to YouTube Music, and they probably figure they can just keep whatever profits are generated? Does YouTube Music suit them? Obviously, YouTube Music suits YouTube as opposed to Rkelly TV or Rkelly Vivo. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I don't want them taking down my channel. Uh, because I don't really make a lot of money on my channel, but I love the possibility of one day having my channel blow up and just be on be something that I can really be proud of, right? So YouTube, please don't take my channel down. But just moving on. So basically, the other thing I thought was kind of funny is that they said that they conducted a survey, and 44% after the conviction, 44% of audio streaming service users said platforms like Spotify, Apple Music should remove music from their catalogs, while 36% said the songs should stay up, and 20% had no opinion, or they said they didn't know. Now, I'm kind of curious of what the demographics are for the people they're getting these numbers from, because, the strangest thing to me is that even though he has tons of people of color accusing him, and he has tons of people of color that want to see, when I say people of color, I mean mostly black people. But even though you have tons of black people that want to see him drawn and quartered, and there's tons of black people that want to see him go down in the worst way, I still find it kind of odd, because for every one black person that would say they want his music taken down, I run into 5 people that want to pump his music. I can't tell you how many times after the conviction. I think I went to the theater over the weekend, and I went to go see Venom, and they had a DJ basically playing music at the bar. And what is he playing? He's playing R. Kelly stuff, but he's doing it kind of on the low end, and he's playing he's playing a lot of collaborations. He's playing a lot of music that you haven't heard from R. Kelly, that you wouldn't even think would be R. Kelly. So I go up to him. I'm like, what's that? That sounds so familiar. I'm like, is that R. Kelly? And he's like, yeah, it's R. Kelly. I can't tell you how many bars I've gone in and heard after the conviction and heard people pumping his music. So I wonder what the demographics are behind these statistics. When you say 44% of people want to see the music taken down, are we talking people of African descent, or are we talking a even makeup, an even racial makeup? Because it matters. It matters because I think that the only people that probably really listen to R. Kelly are people that are, and this is going to sound funny, the people who listen to R. Kelly are people who are in tune with African American culture, right? If you're really into rock and that's all you like, I don't see how you would even know who R. Kelly is, right? If you're into, I want to say if you're into pop, I don't see how you would know who R. Kelly is, but that's not true, because Michael Jackson is probably one of the world's biggest pop stars, and if you know Michael Jackson, there's a chance you could know R. Kelly. Like if you're really into Michael Jackson, there's a chance you could be into R. Kelly. But I think for the most, and I don't even know if that's a good connection to make. But anyway, it doesn't even matter. I think that there's a lot of people of color who listen to R. Kelly, and I think that and I don't want to sound racist here. I definitely don't want to sound racist, but I think that if you're not into urban culture, urban music, if you don't like that stuff, then it's hard to believe that you would be into R. Kelly's music. So I'm wondering, when you say 44% of streaming service users, who are you talking about? Who are these people? Because all the people I run into, I would say 70 to 80% want to keep his music up. 70 to 80% of people want to keep his music up. So, and with that said, I think there's something fishy going on here, because you are taking down all his channels except YouTube Music, and to me, it just feels like people who want to hear R. Kelly, they're going to go to YouTube Music to hear it. So I'm really confused as to what YouTube is trying to accomplish here. But again, I don't want to bite the hand that feeds me. I like making YouTube videos. I like using this platform to connect with people. I can tell you already, they've already banned me from Twitter, for whatever reason. I think what's happened with me and Twitter is that I've been a little bit too vocal, right? I haven't attacked anybody. I haven't, said anything crazy. I just logged on one day and they wanted my personal information, and I wasn't going to give it to them. And they disabled the account. So it's like, when you look at these platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you have to understand that you're not in control of those platforms. And they can take your stuff down at any time. Anytime, for any reason or no reason at all. They can take your stuff down. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video, because I'm just rambling, but I just think this is odd. When I first read, I skimmed over this article. My thinking first was that they're doing everything they can to make sure this dude has no income, of which he can use to fight his case. But now I can't even say that, because there's still YouTube Music. YouTube is taking everything down, but they're not taking down his YouTube Music channel. And there has to be a rhyme and a reason for this. I mean, I don't know what it is. It just seems a little odd. It seems a little crazy. If you guys have some theories on why YouTube is taking down R. Kelly TV, they're taking down R. Kelly Vivo, but they're leaving R. Kelly's YouTube Music channel, or leaving his music on the YouTube Music channel. If you guys got theories on why they're doing this, comments below. I want to hear it. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people want to hear it. That's it for me. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching.